So, self-indulgent behaviors. What is it? So, that's doing something in excess because we're trying to escape something, get away from something. We're just not really in the headspace. So, this is something that we can do to, at the moment, cope. All right, so I have typed up five really popular ones that I hear, and then some that I'm guilty of myself. So number one, it's staying up too late. So either you're trying to escape from, okay, I gotta go to work the next morning, I have to go to school, whatever it is. You may be scrolling, a lot. You may be binge watching a series that you can go ahead and do later because you have more important things to do in the morning or whatever the situation may be. Number two, overeating or comfort eating. I am guilty of this as well. I'll know that I'm not hungry at the time, but I know that there are chocolate chip cookies downstairs that I can have a couple of those and, it'll make me feel better at the time. And it's okay to have treats, we have to indulge ourselves sometimes. The only thing is in excess. Everything is, of course, in moderation. All right. Number three, drinking too much. Are we consuming too much alcohol? Like socially, are we trying to, escape something on that front? You know what I mean? So that can be like a whole nother situation with that, depending on the individual or what is going on within their makeup, whatever the situation may be. But there are healthier ways of dealing with situations. All right, retail therapy. Once again, I'm guilty of this as well. So you'll just be online, you're searching for things that may not be necessarily essential for you at the moment, but they're nice to have, right? And like I said, we should all get things that we want. Life is short. You want to enjoy life, but it's just getting those things or acquiring them in excess is what we want to pay attention to. All right, number five is procrastination via escapism. So we know that there's something that we have to do, but we just put it off until it's like, dang, I can't put it off any longer because it's right there. It's go time, right? So all of those things would be considered self-indulgent behaviors that aren't going to progress us further. All right. And then one thing that I didn't type up, so myself, I'm an overthinker. Like if there is something that's going to be a potential problem, even if I don't know what the problem is, I'm already going through the rat race in my head of what could it be? Okay, if it's this problem, what could be the possible top three, solutions? But I don't even know exactly what the problem is. I'm just sensing that there is a problem. So long ago, I had to, for all of you believers out there, I had to just give it to God. Give it to God and say, hey, you know what? Whatever it is, this is something that's plaguing my mind at the moment. And I don't have all of the answers. I don't even know exactly what the problem is, but yet I'm overthinking. All right. So that's my thing with overthinking. So some quick strategies. So let's say for the staying up too late, you could set a sleep routine. You could, of course, limit your screen time. Create a wind down ritual. Like let's say you want to have like a nice bath set up, some music, whatever. All of these are self-care strategies to help you to decrease the self-indulgent behaviors. All right. Of course, for the overeating or comfort eating, you want to mindfully eat. Of course, we hear that all the time, but it's easier said than done, especially when, like I said, you're plagued with different thoughts or maybe feelings at the time. So, we all have our different set of triggers. So we want to, of course, get healthier substitutes, like I said, for that chocolate chip cookie that I was talking about earlier. Maybe I could grab some grapes or an apple or whatever the situation may be. And then, of course, portion control. If you are going to go ahead and get your meal or whatever, make sure that you're doing healthy, mindful eating. Like I said, I started doing that a long time ago as far as like portion control eating, but I still like go to get like snacky stuff, and that's not helping me out at all. But I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, as we all are. All right, and then drinking too much. Of course, especially when you're going out with friends. Okay, so you're going out, you may drink. I say give yourself a limit, but when you give yourself that limit, lowball it. So whatever you lowball it, so if you go up one, okay, I've already lowballed it to this. So if I go up to this next level, I'm still good. It doesn't work all the time, but at least it's a strategy that we can try. We can plan to do dry days, like dry alcohol days. Like there's this new thing, I'm sure you've heard of it if you watch Good Morning America, things like that. They have something called Dry January, where for the whole month of January, no one is drinking. They're focusing on other things that may be fulfilling, make them happy, things like that. All right. And then also finding alternatives. What are some things that you can do to de-stress besides going to alcohol? So that's another strategy. And then for the retail therapy, when you're buying, just like in some of my other videos, pause before you actually buy and think, is this something that's really essential to me right now? And then also with that, budgeting. Okay, go ahead and define a certain budget for things that you're going to buy, like as a treat or indulgence. And if that's going to go over that, take a pause and say, hey, you know what? I'll break this up into the next segment when I have a budget to go ahead and do that. All right. And then also when we do that retail therapy and buy stuff, have you ever had a situation or scenarios, I should say, where you buy stuff and you're like, okay, I bought this and now I have to declutter to make room for it, whatever that is that you bought. So, everyone is in a different boat, but at the time we're just thinking about like, man, this is a nice to have, but actually where it will go, how it will be situated, that we may not think about at the time. All right. And then with that, define like emotional triggers. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Is there something else that you could be doing in the place that would be like a healthier strategy? All right. And then lastly, the procrastination via escapism. All right. So time blocking. So we want to go ahead and block time out for like our leisure. So let's say you have an important project to do. All right. So that's cool. That's daunting. I got to get this done. But if you have something that you've scheduled, for example, like let's say a spa date, to get an appointment to get a massage, or maybe you've scheduled a manicure or pedicure, make sure you carve out time when you're doing just that for you. And then again, like I was discussing last week about setting small goals, because sometimes it's daunting to just say, hey, I have to do this, that you feel like a robot. Like, gosh, can I just have a break, hence a vacation or whatever. So reward yourself. So similar to what I was just discussing with the vacation, you've worked hard all throughout the year or, for so many weeks. Okay, just define for yourself. Everybody's different. Okay, I've worked really hard for 6 to 8 weeks. I want to have like 3 days where I'm chilling, I'm not doing anything, or I'm doing exactly what I want to do in those 3 days and not what I was doing the last 6 to 8 weeks. All right. And then if we can, and there are some times that we have temptations, there could be other people, that could be whatever. Limit those if it's going to be a hindrance to you being productive and the best version of yourself. All right. So it's easier said than done, I know, but just little small changes in our daily life and we can get there. So some of these solutions can create a balance to help direct you to minimizing overindulgent behaviors into healthier habits. And then while still allowing room for all of those treats and rewards that are somewhat indulgent. So I hope this has resonated with someone. If this is something that you do or something that you thought about, please go ahead and like the video. If you would like to see more topics related to self-care, self-love, mindset, just overall being the best version of yourself, there will be a new self-care related topic discussed here every single week. So please consider subscribing. I'd like to have you here and chime in. So take care and be well.